God damn it. I hate this. I hate this constant bouncing back and forth of like, we're here, now we're here, now we're over here, now we're over here, but now we're over here, now we're over here. It's like, hey, we're starting something over here, but we're going to drop that, and we're going to go over here, and we're going to watch this. Oh, stop that. We're going to go back to point A. Okay, watch a little bit more of that. Now we're going to go to point 3. That's right, there's a point 3. We're going to point 3. Something's going to happen to go on to point 3. We're going to go back to point A. We're going to continue with point A a bit. Oh, stop. Remember point B. We're going back to point B. Ugh. Ah, it's all over the place, man. Ah. Like it's always like when I'm like really getting interested, you know. I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. Oh, we're going somewhere else. Okay. And then it's like, well, now I gotta fucking get back into this. What's going on here? Oh, we're doing this. Okay. You know, like a good half hour, 45 minutes go by. I'm like, okay, I'm into this. And we're going somewhere else. All right. It's like every time I'm like interested, I'm invested, and like it's like, hey, let's go look at something else. And then when we go back to that moment, it's like that same feeling's not there. It's not like we cut back to that moment. I'm like, oh hell yeah, we're back here. I'm just like, where are we again? Oh, we're here. Okay, so let's see where this picks up. All right. Okay, and we're fucking leaving again. Shit's irritating. Uh. Oh, fuck. Dude. That's alright. Erika had returned to the room that had been given to her, on the second floor of the guest house. The next room over was empty. It was very quiet there. Even pressing her ear against the wall wouldn't help her listen in on the voices in the cousin room. Heh. Even with hearing power boosted by the detective's authority, it would probably be impossible to make out anything. This room was the farthest down the hall, a long way from the cousin room.
前回は私の部屋はなるほど。今回は私の部屋を遠ざけてきましたか。
ゲームマスター権限で許された範囲の初期配置の変更です。妥当な処定かと。
まあ、その方が私もいいです。あのクソガキどものトランプで遊ぶ黄色い声なんて。
This whole time, Erika had been facing the desk and working on something. She was preparing some of those packing tape seals from before. She had asked Kumasawa for the stickiest tape in the place. She drew a complicated signature that could not be counterfeited across it with a permanent marker, then began making notches across it. This way, if she were ever to prove that some opening had remained closed, she could stick this tape over it, creating a powerful seal equal in strength to the Red Truth. These menacing seals had cornered Nazis so thoroughly in the previous game.
これ
いかがしましたか？
やられましたパトラめ周到ですね。
Erika grimaced and showed the piece of packing tape she had torn off to Delanor. At a glance, Delanor couldn't tell what had annoyed Erika. However, as soon as she held it, she realized the difference right away.
これではダメです。
ええ、粘着力。これじゃあ赤き真実には至れない。
Even packing tape can be of low quality, and it sometimes gets weaker with age. The tape Kumasawa had found was a bit too weak even for normal use. It wasn't nearly sticky enough to be used as a detective seal.
きれいに剥がすことがこれでは封印を示す証拠にはなりえ。
バトラもそこまで見下げ果て、おそらくゲームマスター権限でこの島のすべてのガムテープに干渉したんでしょう。
Letting Erika get her hands on packing tape gave her a fatal weapon to use against witches. The previous game had proven this fact, and so Badler had removed that weapon from the entire mansion.
おそらくガムテープに代わる品もすべて干渉を受けているに違いないです。
ですね。ま、良かったことにしておきます。おかげで この冷たい雨の中、みっともない姿で外壁を這い回らなくて済みますから。
Erika tossed the packing tape aside carelessly and flopped spread eagle onto the bed.
事件が起こるのをパイプふかして悠然と待つのも、あんたもどうせ第一の番がどこかに姿消して私の顔なんか見てても疲れるだけでしょうし。
I'm glad you get it.
タバコは吸わないです。子供ですので。
そうですか。私は吸いたいです。出演者たちが歌うほどの気分を爽快にさせる
ご機嫌が優れられない。
そう見えます？
Erika answered lazily, still looking up at the ceiling. That in and of itself was half an answer. The silence between the two was filled by the sound of the wind and rain. It was so quiet that the sound of the ticking clock rang out clearly.
エリカ卿、お尋ねしてもよろしいですか？
内容によります。多分ノーですが。一応暇つぶしに聞いてあげます。何です？
Maybe Erika was bored too. Or perhaps the sound of the rain was making her sentimental. She agreed to listen to Delanor, which was very unlike her.
なぜエリカ卿は魔法を嫌われるの？
ああ、さっきの下のマリアとのやりとりの件ですか？
あんなの子供騙しのくだらない。誰だって分かっています。ああまでして幻想を打ち砕く必要があった。私には分からないです。
Erika didn't need Delanor to tell her that it had been a childish fight.
自称知的蹂躙者とし
You
ました
sure
が、
are.
魔法なんてもので真実をうやむやにすることが
それを暴くことに優越を感じられているということですか？私には他の
感情なんです？
優越、もっと何か別の。
やっぱりあんたはただの殺人人形です。
Fucking talk shit about my little homie Delanor.
その目も節穴みたいですね。
失礼しました。許してほしいです。
Nah, there's nothing to apologize for. Don't you worry about it, Delanor. Erika rolled over grumpily, turning her back to Delanor, so Delanor couldn't see her expression. Even so, for some reason she could guess this completely unobserved expression was one of pain. Interpreting this to mean that Erika wanted her to go away. Delanor gave a bow and made to leave. Then Erika suddenly spoke. The words seemed so utterly out of place that Delanor doubted her ears, and she had asked Erika to say it again.
今、何とおっしゃいました？
あなたのことが好きです。
What? That came out of fucking nowhere, but okay. It really did seem utterly out of place. Delanor wanted to see what Erika really meant, but the latter still had her back turned and her face was out of sight.
ありがとうございます。
以前は別の子と付き合っていましたが、周りの人たちは僕たちを妬んでありもしないことを言いますが、気にし、俺は君に生涯のすべてを捧げるから、君も俺にすべてを捧げてほしい。二人で一緒に幸せになろう。
Delanor avoided asking what she was talking about and stood there in silence. For a while, Erika kept on dully and emotionlessly repeating soppy phrases that might have popped up in some shoujo manga. Then unexpectedly, she once again followed up with a complete non sequitur.
新しい財
Of course, she had no idea what Erika was saying. However, with her back to Delanor, Erika kept on saying disconnected words.
変な猫のキーホルダー、趣味の合わないアロマオイル、演劇の先輩に借りたという趣味違いの音楽テープ。先輩の付き合いで断れなくて、急にバイトが入っちゃって、ダチの電話が長くてなかなか切れなくって。
Erika got cheated on. That's awesome. Made too much curry. Went to theater practice more often. The way he folds paper towels. Thanks, I've already eaten. He knew more about cosmetics. Sorry I was sleeping. The toilet seat was left down. He spent the night over at his stage friend's place. My acting friends had a party here earlier. Someone must have left it behind. The drain and sink were cleaned out. Receipts and point cards from places he never goes. The muddy soles are evidence that she went out on Sunday when it was raining. Oh, her detective skills is what fucking made her realize she was being cheated on. That's awesome. That matches the strange symbol on the calendar. None of your theater friends have hair this long. That's a leading question. How do you know the plot of a movie you haven't seen yet? Evidence. Evidence. Circumstantial evidence. Observation. Surveillance. Tracking. Tailing. Information gathering. Wiretapping. Asking around. Questioning. I found tons of evidence that I loved you. I found tons of evidence that you loved me. But I can't find any evidence that you haven't been cheating on me. Give it a rest. If you love me, then trust me. If you can't do that, then you don't love me anymore. How could I love someone like that? I'll treasure you for all my life, and I want to do well in theater just as much. You said you like seeing me act, right? So why are you telling me to stop acting now? Why do I have to choose between you and acting? What's wrong with you? I'm seriously worn out, okay? Come on, if all we do is fight when we see each other, maybe we both need some time to cool off, okay? I need to concentrate for my next performance anyway. This girl working with Senpai suddenly said she wouldn't be able to perform. I need to rewrite the script by tomorrow. I don't have time for this. Anyway, if you really find it that hard to trust me, we're through. Stay away. Just go home, bitch. Yeah! I don't love you anymore. Oh, hell yeah! Don't cry, damn it. It's disgusting. Just die. Oh, this man was about it. Stop shouting, damn it. You're annoying the whole neighborhood. Yeah. Just get the hell away from me and never come back. Fuck yeah. Was that supposed to make me feel like some kind of remorse?
愛がなければ見えない
Is that supposed to make me feel like bad for Erika? Like, oh, she had this, this past trauma? No. She's a fucking asshole. Like, oh, well, this instance is why it's kind of really, lent to her being. And I don't care. She's an asshole now. So I'm going to laugh at her pain in the past because fuck her.
逆なんですよ
Without seeing, it cannot be love?
愛なんかありもしないものが見えてしまう
Haha. It's nothing more than an illusion, one that no one but you can see, and one that even you can never touch. Without love, humans would never need to sift through truth and lies, because we can see things like that. We doubt. We suffer. We cry out loud. Huh?
私は今幸せです仮とはいえ真実の魔女になれて今の私はもう赤くない言葉に苦しめられなくて済むのだからあんたなら私のエンドゲームどう返し
私ですか
あの凡庸な男じゃゲームの相手は務まりませんでしたからあんたならどう返してくれるかと思いまして
Delana was suddenly thrust into the position of Erika's opponent. In the witch's game, she had once challenged that man too. Delana shared in the fragments of Erika's past and was made to grasp the full situation. The board was reproduced in full inside their heads. The situation was one-sided. Erika's side had constructed a blue truth based on countless bits of circumstantial evidence, had turned all those into pieces, and was already cornering the opponent. For some time, Delana thought in silence, and announced her by-the-book response.
初手私が浮気している証拠の提出を要求します
青き真実で反構築に状況証拠物的証拠84点提出
You're a crazy bitch.
青き真実で今も愛し続けている状況証拠物的証拠を
グッと 青と青では相殺ですが、構築する駒の数が圧倒的ですね。
When both opponents meet with the blue truth, the decision is almost always based on which side has more pieces of evidence, regardless of the actual circumstances. This is especially true in the human world. So, by the standard rules, Erika would win.
一点先取。次なる手は
攻守逆転を狙います。逆にエリカ卿が浮気をしていない証拠の提出を求めます。
パーペチュアルチェック。お互いが同じ質問を無限連鎖する千日手となりますから、禁じ手です。
では証拠なくも現在もエリカ卿を愛している。
赤き真実でないから無効です。仮に赤かったとして私に反論する手が。
Donna remained silent for a while. Then she quietly responded to Erika's moves until they reached checkmate. A stalemate is a forbidden move in the game of witches, since it means the ruin of the game. However, in chess, it also represents a draw. Because of this, it's a splendid final move that a weaker player can pull off if they're unable to win outright. In this situation, Erika clearly had the advantage, so it was natural that Delaner would seek a stalemate to obtain a tie. However, that would only be the case in chess. In the game where witches fight over the truth, it's a forbidden move. So it was already checkmate from the very beginning. Delaner had no way to turn the game around. However, regardless of what the real truth between the pair of them had been, this game would be...
他に手は真実を守る魔女狩り大司教。
いえ、デザインです。
ね。
Erika had succeeded in crushing her opponent with the truth she espoused. That her former boyfriend no longer loved her and was cheating on her. Her opponent had no way to argue back. After all, humans are not allowed to. A splendid game. A splendid finish from a superior position. Regardless of the truth of her opponent, Erika could win. A splendid victory. Delaner could only respond with silence. And with that, Erika spoke no more. She was probably done talking and wanted Delaner to leave. Delaner understood this, but even so, before leaving, she wanted to tell Erika one thing.
見事なゲームです、エリカ卿。
探偵は勝利して当然ですか。
あなたはベルンカステル卿の駒になる以前から実にしかし人間に許されるのはそして青き真実に反論できるのはそして赤き真実は人間には許すならばどうやってあなたのお相手は彼の真実を示せ。
さあ、赤き真実に時に勝るとかいう例の黄金。
ゲームは確かにエリカ卿のしかし真実の守護者として申し上げます。
なんです。どうせ不愉快なことでしょうから。それを言ったら
はい、確かにこのゲームしかし私が示したあなたを今も愛している青き真実の証拠あなたさえそれを否定する赤き真実を使え。
探偵権限で84点の証拠を我が主のお力によって私は人間にして人間を超えた存在。探偵にして魔女、真実の魔女。他に質問は？捨て台詞は
ありません。それでは失礼いたします。
Delaner bowed and disappeared. After that, all that remained was a single witch of truth laughing off a bitter past with an equally bitter smile. Judging by the bedside clock, it was almost exactly midnight.
さて、一寝入りさせいよいよ2日目。10月5日の幕開今頃どこかで今回の殺人後今回の犠牲者さんせいぜいいろいろなダイイングメッセージ
Uh-huh. And now we're gonna cut back to Canon, Shanna, and Jessica George, young Beto. There's the clock strike. Okay, glass shatter. It's raining.
どうして母さんに相談しなかったの？
Okay. So I'm guessing now George is telling his mother about his engagement. Is what we're at.
あなたの人生を最後まで支えるパートナーの話なのよ。
そうだよ、生涯一緒にいたい女性なんだ。
だからこそ真剣。どうしてそんな軽率に。
Ava and George could be seen beneath the eaves of the guest house. George had revealed his engagement with Shannon. Oh, is that the trial? Yeah, one of the trials anyway. Like not siblings, the cousins have to go to their respective parents and be like, "Hey, this." Actually, more specifically, their mothers. Their mothers are the ones that are like really, hard about it. Hideyoshi and Kraus, they're just gonna be like, yeah, okay. I mean, they're probably gonna be like, no, listen, you gotta think this through a bit more. But it's gonna be Ava and Natsuki are the ones that are gonna overreact. Like, what? No, you can't possibly. What? That's crazy. Ava's anger had exploded almost instantly. This had been no more than George had expected, so he had responded with a nice cold calm.
まさかもう関係を、子供ができたとか言われて結婚を迫られたんでしょう。
失礼だな。僕は婚前の貞操は厳しくあるべき主義なんだ。
Of course you
じ
are, you
ゃあ
fucking
どう
nerd.
して婚約なんて。
Because he wants to get some, that's why. I believe in preserving chastity prior to marriage. Then why are you getting married? Because I want poon, mother. Because have you seen the size of her rack? I need it, mother. And now with this move, it is mine for the taking eventually.
僕は求めた、彼女は受けた。それで成立じゃないか。
違うわ違うわ。結婚はね、あんたが思ってるような漫画か何かみたいに簡単な
What
もの
about
じ
a
ゃない
visual
の。
novel?
先方のご両親は、両家の交流はあんた野良猫じゃないのよ。後ろ宮ジョージなのよ。
I am the man who plans on getting some, mother.
ひょっとしたらおじい様の後継者に指名されるかもしれないこの時期に、どうして母さんに相談してくれなかったの。
今こうして相談してるよ。いや、これはただの報告だね。おじい様の後継者に指名されるのは、いや、むしろ辞退したいくらいさ。僕は自分の国と城を、父さんがそうしたように何もない原野に築く。
あのね、父さんが今日までどれくらいのあんたが真似てできるようなことじゃないの。今日までどれほどの運や偶然に助けられたことか。
そして母さんという良き理解者の初作用は僕を支え、より強く生まれ変わらせてくれる人だ。母さんがたくましくなったと褒めてくれた今の僕は、彼女がいなかった。
はあ、いいジョージ。とにかくここは一度頭を冷やしてよー
I'd
く
say
考
man's
え
being
て。
very cool right now.
シャノンちゃんだけがあなたに好意を持ってるわけじゃないのよ。お見合いしたあゆみさんだってあなたのことをとても気に入ったそうよ。
Oh yeah, the marriage meeting. Yeah, that's... Oh, wow. Way to really fucking reel me in, Mom. No.
初耳だね。
あなたも分かってる。先方のご両親
First I
大
heard
変
it.
あなたのことを気に入ってるそう。もしあなたに
Her
父さん
parents
の
were
よう
also
に
very
一国
impressed
一
with
城
you.
を
Well,
築
I
きた
don't
い
plan
夢があ
on
るなら
fucking her parents.
その手伝いができるのはあゆみさんの方でしょ。彼女の気持ちを裏切るの。
裏切るも何も、僕はあゆみさんと特に交流があってお見合いをして、その後親たちが勝手に盛り上がって数度無理やり引き合わされたけど、僕たちは
あゆみさんは育ちのいい奥ゆかしい女性。男性のジョージに目を合わせるなんて恥ずかしいしぶしつけでできなかっただけよ。あなたが目を見て話してくれなきゃ気持ちが感じる。きっとこれからはあなたの目を見て話してくれ。
あゆみさんと結婚させたいのは、母さんの縁談には僕の気持ちがわずかほども
Yeah,
含
let
ま
her
れ
know, George.
ジョージ、どうしてそんなことを。母さんがあなたのことを考えないことなんてあった？ないでしょ。親という漢字はどういう。木の上に立って見ると書いて親な。母さんたちはね、あなたよりはるかに高みからそしてあなたが若さゆえの一時の感情で間違った道へ進もうとしているのが見えたからこうして憎まれることを承知で言ってるのよ。あんたがどうでもいい子だったらこんな喧嘩しないわ。どこの変な女とでも勝手に結婚しなさいって放っておいてるわよ。 ジョージ、母さんに全て任せなさい。もうあなたはシャノンちゃんに会わなくていいわ。全部大丈夫よ。シャノンちゃんにだってジョージに成長のきっかけをくれた。ちゃんとそれに配慮したから。あとはもう母さんたち。ジョージ
No, mother. Sometime during Ava's rage, tears started to drip from her eyes. As though those tears had caused him to hesitate, George turned his back and sagged his shoulders. Even George is a child of man, after all. Though he understands that marriage requires nothing more than the love of two people, he can't get over his desire for his parents' acceptance. Oh. And so he is trapped between the tears of the mother who has always helped him and the fiancé he chose. Or is he? Oh?
もうさ